Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ask Tari. So today I'm going to be talking about the coronavirus and the measures that the Canadian government is taking in Canada to protect us from spreading the virus, right? So today the Prime Minister of Canada announced that Canada would be closing the border to most non-Canadian citizens and permanent residents. So this means that if you're not a Canadian citizen, if you're not a permanent resident, you will be denied entry into Canada, unless, of course, you are a diplomat, you are an aircrew, and immediate family of citizens and US citizens. So it's a very terrible situation that we're in because now there are travel restrictions. And I mean, if you have a study visa and if you have a work visa, what are the implications to people like that? Like, let's say you just got a work visa and you're supposed to be on your way to Canada. Does this mean that you're going to be banned as well? It's very terrible. And today on the news, I was hearing that stores like Starbucks, Tim Hortons, they're now doing delivery only. They're not, they're discouraging customers from coming to sit in. And we've got several restaurants that have actually closed down until further notice. I mean, think about people that are going to be away from work, off work for that period of time, who won't be getting paid. Because imagine if you're a restaurant server, if you're a waitress and you earn like minimum wage per hour. If the restaurant is going to close, then that means that you're not going to be paid for the foreseeable future. So it's a very sad situation that we're in. But at the same time, it's also, the virus is also kind of spreading, and it's also proving to be quite fatal and deadly to old people, like the elderly and people with underlying health problems. So the Prime Minister did say that if you are a Canadian citizen and you're not in Canada right now, we suggest that you come home. But they also did say that doesn't mean that they will neglect people who are outside of Canada. They will still offer assistance to you should you contract it or should you still wish to come back home, because you are a citizen after all. So it's a very tricky situation. I'm safe and sound, but I don't know what the future holds, and I don't know how long this is going to be spreading. So it's a very scary situation, and we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going to happen. And my neighbor upstairs is drilling something. I bet he's building a fortress or something. I don't know. But this virus is scaring everybody. Yesterday, my housemate and her boyfriend, they went to the store to buy some few essentials. There was no toilet paper. There was no canned food. There was nothing in the store. Okay? Nothing that you would want. So people are panic buying. People are afraid. And also borderline selfish, because how can one person go and loot a whole shelf of toilet paper or a whole, like 5 cartons of cooking oil? Like, there have been videos going around of people's houses stocking up on cooking oil, stocking up on toilet paper. Some are already selling them on Kijiji, on various networks that we have here. They're already selling all these goods that they were buying in the stores, and you just wonder, where does that selfishness come from? I thought this was an African problem, but I've come to realize that this is a human problem, right? Because, you know, back home in Zimbabwe, when there's fuel shortages, people run to the queues, and some people will buy fuel only to resell it to other people at a premium. You know what I'm saying? And this is exactly what's also happening this side. When it comes to panic and the fear of death, civilization goes out the window. Selflessness, it goes out the window. People look after their own and their own. So I've just been doing some reading, and I have a few statistics about you know, Canada and the people that are affected as of now. Now I can't find the page. Okay, the number of confirmed cases in Canada so far are 324, and I'm looking at the Government of Canada website, and this is updated twice a day. In Ontario, the province where I live, we have the highest cases. We have 145 cases. In British Columbia, we've got 73. In Alberta, we've got 56. So you find that it's pretty scary. Like in Ontario, it's very easy for diseases to spread because, for example, in Toronto, in the greater Toronto area, you find that we've got the transit, we've got the trains, and people coming from different areas just intertwining, going there. Maybe someone lives in Hamilton but works in Toronto, or someone lives in Toronto but works in Brampton, or someone lives in Mississauga but works. So there's just so much movement, and it's a bit scary. Today I did work from home. I felt a little bit safer today because I did not go outside. I will go out in a bit with my housemate to go and see if we can find some shops that are open, see what we can buy. But it's a crazy situation. I'm gonna play a clip with the announcement that Justin Trudeau made today, so that you can just watch for yourselves and see. So guys, I know this is not just a Canada problem, it's a worldwide problem. Wherever you are in the world, please be safe, wash your hands, try to sanitize your surfaces, try to clean your phone, clean your laptop, whatever you use, because you can wash your hands, but if you just after washing your hands you go and touch the same cell phone, I mean the same germs that you were holding on your hands, it's just going to transfer back to your hand. So just make sure that you sanitize your cell phone. I wash my hands all the time, and when I get home from work, the first thing I do, I get inside the house, I wash my hands, then I take my wipes and I put hand sanitizer and I wipe my phones. I just make sure that any germs that I had outside, they don't transfer to the inside of the home. So just try to do that. Try to be safe, guys. I don't even know what's going to happen with the situation. We're going to go into a major recession probably, and you know, with a lot of companies shutting down, I just don't know what the future holds. Stock markets plunging, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know when I'm going to see my family, because I mean, if the bans continue to be like this, very soon we won't be able to travel anywhere. So I don't know. So I wish you all the best. Please be safe, take care of yourselves, and yeah, let's just wait it out. Let's just see when this ends. I'm pretty sure it will end after a few months. We have had outbreaks like this before, like the H1N1, and we did manage to get through it. So we will get through this again. So guys, it was very nice catching up with you guys again. I'll be back soon with more content. Thank you.
Entry to Canada to people who are not Canadian citizens or permanent residents. This measure will carve out some designated exceptions, including for air crews, diplomats, immediate family members of Canadian citizens, and, at this time, U.S. citizens. Second, air operators will be formally mandated to prevent all travelers who present symptoms of COVID-19 to board a plane. Air operators will be required to complete a basic health assessment of every air traveler based on guidance from the Public Health Agency of Canada. This means that anyone who has symptoms will not be able to come to Canada. I know this news will spark concern among Canadians traveling abroad. I want to assure you that our government will not leave you unsupported. To help asymptomatic Canadians return home, our government will set up a support program for Canadians who need to get on a plane. Canadian travelers will be able to get financial assistance to help them with the costs of returning home or temporarily covering their basic needs while they wait to come back to Canada. Third, starting Wednesday, March 18th, only 4 Canadian airports will be accepting international flights: Toronto Pearson, Montreal Trudeau, Vancouver International Airport, and Calgary International Airport. At this time, domestic flights, as well as flights coming from the U.S., Mexico, the Caribbean, and Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon, will not be affected. The travel restrictions announced today will not apply to commerce or trade. We will continue to ensure the supply of important goods to Canada. I know that these measures are far-reaching. They are exceptional circumstances calling for exceptional measures. Earlier today, I had a call with our G7 partners to inform them of these important changes. From the very beginning, Canada's response has been based on the latest available science and advice from our world-class health professionals. Today's announcement is no different. These measures will help save lives.